Madam Speaker. My question is for the Minister for Housing, Local Government and Community Development. Minister, last night the federal budget was a chance for the Albanese Labor government to provide for all Territorian residents, including those in remote and regional parts of the Territory. Last night was a maintenance money budget that maintained the status quo, which only rehashed previous announcements and seemed to contain no new money for people and communities in remote and regional parts of the Territory. Minister, can you update the House on the Labor's budget that turned its back on the bush and our remote communities?
Minister for Housing, Local Government and Community Development.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Opposition members, please be quiet. Thank you, Minister. And you too, members of Goyder.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And I think obviously the opposition are quite concerned when I get up to talk about the bush, because they know, if you look across the chamber, Madam Speaker, 4 members of that Labor government have all come from bush electorates. And looking at what's in the federal budget, Madam Speaker, there is absolutely nothing in there for the bush. And I've heard absolute crickets from the 4 members over there who are living, working, representing people in the bush, Madam Speaker, that haven't said boo about the lack of investment in the bush through this federal budget. That's how bad it is, Madam Speaker. They've just accepted the norm. They've got other Labor members in the government, the Senator Melinda McCarthy, the member for 𝘍𝘦𝘥𝘦𝘳𝘢, Marion Scrimger, and they've also got Luke Gosling there as well. But one would have expected that we would hear more from the opposition, but we simply haven't. All we know is that out of the $760 billion federal budget, we've got a conditional $200 million for a road between Darwin and Katherine. That's the extent of the new money, Madam Speaker, coming out of the federal budget last night. The federal Labor said the upgrades to the Stuart Highway will be transformational for both residents and visitors of Darwin and Katherine. But what about the rest of the Territory? What about the bush? As I said, we've heard absolutely nothing from the members over that side who are living, working, representing people in the bush. They seem to think it's okay that there's no additional money in the budget for remote. Yet over the just last night, we were talking about health services, the importance of health services, housing, community safety, no additional money there to advance those services. So absolutely disgraceful that we've heard absolute crickets from the Labor people here. Madam Speaker, when it comes to the bush, we need federal representatives who fight for the Territory, representatives that are heard, not dismissed. We need representatives who are all about action, delivering certainty and security for Territorians. Madam Speaker, our economic strategy is focused on the Territory being the best place to do business, building a bigger, better workforce, delivering for Australia, unlocking regional growth and connecting the Territory. But when we look at the federal budget, there's absolutely nothing there that's going to support the economic strategy that we've put together. The federal government is simply out there. They're not listening to what's going on here in the Territory. So when it comes to the bush, there's plenty that can be done in the bush, Madam Speaker, and it's all about roads, it's all about health, police, education. The roads in the Barkly are absolutely in appalling condition. The Barkly Highway, the Tablelands, the Sandover Highway, all of those unsealed roads need major investment, but the federal government and the Labor Party have failed.
Member